Welcome to HeroQuest fans. It is Friday afternoon, and we're ready to play Mage of the Mirror. Well, once our heroes get here. So welcome Geek on Giddy. He says schedule clash again, so can't play, but I'll linger now and then. Yeah, that's cool. He says just as a thought to hang on to in the back of your mind, like the Fog of War, would Kurgan prefer to go to Gen Con as a Thor, as intended, or as a the HeroQuest Bard? Elberg says should go as Thor cosplaying as the HeroQuest Bard. Well, I know everybody thought I was Burnout Thor, but I was actually going for Old Uncle Zargon was my thought. And I know the retcon is it was Mentor all along. Or was it a retcon? Geekon Giddy says, A Thor, be the Bard. See, in the voice of Christopher Walken throughout. Or perhaps as Thor with Walken's voice, or the Bard with Walken's voice. You know, the best part of Hero Quest is the fact that you can have more Hero Quest. It's amazing. Yeah. With apologies to Mr. Walken. Hope he's doing well. Okay, so we've got Lieback 66. Already a cash-in. Turbo 5T Fan Pool. Geekon Giddy, Elberg, Bohemius. Okay, let's just see that cash in. So we've got a Summoned Mummy. Excellent. So we've got Mage of the Mirror. We're about to begin Quest 9, the big one. I'm late again. Sorry, don't know if I can make it, says Bohemius. Aw. Well, do the best you can. I see Glasgow Gargoyle is here. Greetings, sir. Shout out to Carl Casey at White Bat Audio on YouTube for the music, as always. We are live on Twitch. We are not live on YouTube. And just as an update, tomorrow there is no HeroQuest Fans live game stream on Saturday, April 13th. I'm going to be out for family events. But we'll post the replays on YouTube and everything for what we've been doing. If you missed the Rantcast podcast yesterday, last night, Strange Bus and I did the show together, and we had all kinds of system problems, but we got to talk about the fact that SuQuest, or Tseo Quest, as Amalgamash calls it, is apparently really coming out this time, at least to certain people in Spain, and who knows after that. Some people still believe it's a scam. Fair enough. I never invested money in the whole campaign, so I'm kind of like, hey, if there's another HeroQuest-like game out there, I'm cool with that. I might even buy it if it's not, you know, ridiculously priced and it actually doesn't suck, you know. But we'll see.
Good evening.
Hey, Glasgow. Good evening to you, sir. Well, what do you think? Are you ready for the final push through Mage of the Mirror? It's kind of bittersweet.
Yeah, let's do this.
All right, excellent. Well, I think
We've
left.
come this far.
Yeah, we've come this far. The journey's end. All right. Well, this, as you know, or as you may know, is a two-parter. This is Quest 9 and 10 of Mage of the Mirror. So there's going to be no shopping or recharging in between. And I've even thought of just making it so you can't hire more mercenaries in between, because otherwise it's going to... I mean, it's awesome. The chat can still help out, but if they can just have an endless supply of mercenaries, it might make it a little too easy, even though it's very, very difficult.
Well, yeah, have my ogre friends wandered off, or are they still with us?
An excellent question. Well, I think we have a shopping phase now, so in theory, we can see if maybe that some of them can be hired back.
Yeah, that'll be fine as long as Jaster brings his wallet with him.
Geek on Giddy says, well, I remember 100,000 thank yous for your passion, commitment, and safe space for us Hero Quest nutters, especially from the wild north of Scotland. NB, I got AG against the Ogre Horde at last. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's getting around there. A lot of people were saying against the Ogre Horde would be the last quest, and I admitted I was wrong to even suggest that it was not going to come out. But I'm committed to the idea that Jungles of Delthrak is definitely coming out, and they're not going to quit until Hasbro shuts the whole franchise down, which in theory could happen anytime, but we don't have any kind of sense that that's going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm doing a daily internet search for Jungles of Delthrak images, and I know that one day we will have an image, a proper image.
Yep. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
I'm going to be a total pain in the arse here and ask you to let me know what my elf has, because sadly I have left my character sheet at home, and I'm somewhere else just now.
No problem. All right, so you can write this on the back of one of those cocktail napkins at the bar there. No, I'm just joking. That was uncalled for. I'm sorry. No.
I wish I were in the bar.
Happy hour. Okay, as we call it. Let's see. All right, so the elf at this time, you get to choose your spells again, of course. Gear-wise, he has only 35 gold coins left. He has a potion of fire resistance, superior restoration, heroic brew. Let me know if I'm going too fast. Healing 1d6, potion of airwalk, healing +2, which I believe was held onto by one of those mercenaries, but it's now back in his possession. Magic resistance against damage. You actually have 2 of those. Potion of antidote. Potion of alchemy. Potion of dexterity. Potion of vision. All right, and then as far as okay, all good there?
Yes, thanks. All good.
All right. So any skills that you had are gone because those reset every time. Gear-wise, you have the Elven Bracers, of course. So your max body points are actually 8. And your mind points are 5. Okay, you have a toolkit, the Warhammer, longsword, shield, helmet, the rallying horn, the elven chainmail, a longbow. You have the artifact known as the Ancient Staff, which has 5 uses remaining. You have the artifact known as the Sky Orb, which has 4 uses remaining. And you have a spear. And I suppose here you should let me know what weapon you want equipped at the start. In other words, do you want the shield and something else, or do you want the Warhammer, the two-handed weapon?
Let's start the quest equipped with the longsword and shield.
Sounds good. Okay. Oh, quick
Can
question.
you remind me what the ancient staff does?
Yeah,
other than being ancient
and being a staff. Yeah. So what it does is you are allowed to use that whenever you are hit by an enemy spell, and you can redirect the effect of the spell not only back at the spellcaster, but all other monsters in the room with him.
Awesome.
Yep. Geek on Giddy had a comment. Let's see. Is there scope for a HeroQuest Necromancer resurrecting Gambit? Rest in peace. I'm not sure I get the reference there. I mean, I know who Gambit is. Can Ribby reconfigure my HeroQuest companion app voice to sound as Skirgan impersonating Walken impersonating Zargon? No! That's sacrilegious. It can never be done. Such foolishness would never be tolerated in my Imperium. I'm starting to lose it a little bit, but I tried. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, so I'll just ask if you want to pick your spells. Previously you had Earth spells, Hypnotic Blaze, and Time Stop as your bonus spells.
I'm just going to go with those same spells again. Call me really boring, but that's what I'm doing.
Alright, that's fine. I'm missing a career there. Well, you know, AI will replace us all with mediocrity for years. I was an actor in Hollywood. I made movies. I was on Saturday Night Live. And I got more cowbell than a cow that wore a bell. X-Men 97 TV series done something bad to poor Gambit. Well, the less I know about that, the better. That's not a show that I grew up watching. I know kids in the 90s. A lot of people loved it. I ended up checking it out like maybe 5 years ago. I got all the DVDs and I started watching them, and then I kind of took a long break. We've got like 2 volumes left. But I'm always suspicious of any new reboot of something, you know. Oh, hold on a second. I'm just trying to fix the screen here. There's always little things that are off. Would you watch a HeroQuest series? Depends on what it was. I mean, I'm doing my own HeroQuest series. That's what this is. You mean like a cartoon about the adventures of the barbarian and the wizard and the elf and the dwarf? I mean, I'd give it a shot maybe. I wouldn't expect much. Of course, maybe I should expect a lot because you'd think it would be a very niche series, so they'd, spend a lot of time trying to make it what the fans want as opposed to just some nonsense.
Everyone claps when the barbarian walks into the room.
Yeah. It's a sitcom. There we go. That's a little better. I kind of imagine it being like a Saturday morning cartoon show, like Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, that'd be kind of fun, I guess. They're always trying to get home. Mentor keeps showing up and giving them more missions.
Or using the Far Voice spell.
Yes, the Far Voice spell, which announced that the quest is calling. Yeah, those are two cheesy lines that were added to the remake version. I mean, they're trying to, give it their own flavor. I guess it makes a certain amount of sense. It's like, oh, there's a phone call from your mother. Like, all right.
Yeah, well, I actually don't mind it so much because I like the idea that I know where the heroes are at that moment relative to Mentor. Are they back at home base, round the fire, listening to Mentor before setting off on the next quest? Or are they out and about and it's an urgent matter, he's got to send them right away?
Yeah, I suppose it serves that function, storytelling-wise. Why not? But you had to call it the Far Voice spell. I mean, I guess, I don't know, it's descriptive. I mean, that's HeroQuest often does things in a very descriptive way. I mean, what the heck is celerity? It's a potion of speed.
I also kind of half wondered if saying the words "I speak to you now" using the Far Voice spell is part of the incantation itself.
Maybe. you can have your own headcanon about it. It can mean it's pretty open-ended.
Yes, I think that's all it can be. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Let's go to the shopping phase here while we wait for other heroes to show up. We have hero slots open. As you can see, there's 4 heroes there, but Glasgow's the only one here right now. So if you want to join us, if you're watching us live or listening to us live, head over to HeroQuest Fans Discord. The link is below on the screen, and you can join the voice channel known as Quest Talk to control a hero very easily using your voice, your far voice, you might say. If you just want to interact with the chat, of course, you can just go to twitch.tv/HeroQuestFans, use your channel points, your gold coins to influence the quest as we play. Geek on Giddy says yes. Yep, Zargon has Walken's voice and Morcar has David Attenborough's voice. Yeah, I'm going to have to work on David Attenborough. I kind of have a sense of how he sounds, but it's been a long time. Glasgow, do you have any impressions that you do besides disgruntled American?
Well, actually, my mentor voice is going to be done by my partner instead of me, because during the quest I'll be playing the evil wizard player, and so I don't want there to be any confusion. We all know there's a bit of confusion between mentor and Zargon. My partner has put on a kind of does a bit of amateur theatre, so he's done a kind of voice acting version of Mentor, which is different from how I would do it. I think I would do it sounding a bit like Gandalf from Peter Jackson's films.
Yeah, I tend towards the Gandalf as well. Mr. Bean's voice, says Geek on Giddy. Well, Mr. Bean was known for not having a lot of dialogue. He would just kind of make grunts and giggles, and then occasionally he would talk in a very deep bass. Yeah. Okay. All right. Shopping. We were shopping. Mr. Bean is the voice of goblins. Oh, maybe. Okay. Any weaponry, armor, potions you want to buy? Oh, that's not available. Just what you see, pal. So I'm going to say that one of these ogres is still available for hire. For 150 gold. And as far as other mercenaries, I mean, you've got all the usual, scout, crossbow, halberdier, swordsman.
Yes, sorry, I missed that. So are my ogre friends? Have they wandered off into the wilderness?
Well, one of them still.
Or are they continue to hang? Oh, that's good. That's good. I like that. Okay.
Yep. Rehire cost would be 150.
Yeah, I'm going to have to ask Jacer for a tap, because I've only got 35 gold coins.
Yes.
Which will barely get me a loaf of bread.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the barbarian has 475. The dwarf has 2,150. Mr. Deep Pockets himself, and then the wizard, if he ever shows up, has 960. And the bard, if he was ever called upon again, has 200.
Right. Yeah, I mean, my take on it is we spend as much as we can on mercenaries stroke healing potions.
Yeah. Good idea.
Yeah, we're only allowed one. We're only allowed one ogre mercenary anyway, and if he's hanging about, then great, we've got him. But yeah, we should be trying to get at least one of each mercenary, I think.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if I'm allowed to spend other people's money. So I'll be cautious about that.
Well, are you a government official? Don't answer that. They'll protect his identity here.
Thank goodness I'm not.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'll just I'll do some skill draws for the barbarian and dwarf, just in case we do get them. Ah, bonus treasure search. Thank you, Geek Gone Giddy. Okay, so those will be for the barbarian. I won't even look at him yet. Those will be for the dwarf. I've shuffled all the treasure decks. All right, you'll be starting on the spiral staircase when you begin, of course. Just to take up a little bit of time while we wait, I'll just go ahead and read the storyline once again. So again, call for heroes. If anybody who can hear me who isn't listening on YouTube, feel free to join HeroQuest Fans Discord. We've got spots open. I mean, if you had a whole bunch of mercenaries with you, it'd be fine, but you're going to have a really tough time if you're just by yourself, I think. Okay. All right, so we have some interesting things here. We have some different titles for this quest, depending on where you're coming from. So the original title of it was Sinestra's Bastion of Doom. And then we had the 1992 release. It was called The Hidden Realms. And in the remake version, it's called Silvermane's Lair. So, got some variety there. But here's the story. You have reached the depths of Sinestra's fortress. Look for a large mirror. It's the entry to the realm of reflection, where Melandriel is imprisoned. Rub the moon silver on the mirror's surface to gain entry. Then enter the realm to rescue Melandriel. But Sinestra must be dealt with also. Find the Elven Bow of Vindication, a magical weapon that will help you destroy her. Start at the spiral stairway and search for Melandriel and Sinestra. And in the original version, it says, this is Mentor. I have conjured the mirror soft from this silver elven moon. I have only enough for 2 uses. Use it with care. In Sinestra's fortress, there are mirrors into the realms of reflection. One holds the child Melandriel imprisoned, and another holds the Elven Bow of Vindication. Only an elf can let fly with the dark arrows, but the arrows are true and rarely miss their mark. Slay the evil sorceress if you can, but the main mission is to bring back the child. And then in the new version, it's pretty much the same, except Sinestra's fortress, within the depths, there's a private den known as Silvermane's Lair. And they refer to the substance as lunarium. So you rub the lunarium on the mirror's surface to gain entry. But basically the mission is the same. Hey, thanks, Geek on Giddy. I appreciate the follow. So I'm always fascinated by those little changes and differences from the original draft notes that the public didn't get to see to the 92 version that many people still haven't seen just because it's so rare and expensive.
Yeah, actually, one thing I noticed, I only noticed this the other day, when I was looking at my Ogre Horde expansion. That is the new Ogre Horde expansion, I mean. And do you remember when the reboot first happened, they were very careful to be very gender non-specific with Zargon in the original,
The evil
and
sorcerer.
the 2021 remake. Yeah, so they kept kind of having to do contortions around their words to try to avoid using gender-specific pronouns. But they seem to have given up on that now. So the Ogre Horde book just refers to Zargon as he, him, he, his, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. See? Well, I feel like they gave away the game because they said the evil sorcerer. They didn't say the sorceress. But I know there's people that say,
Yeah, yeah.
well, you know, you can just use wizard to mean any, you know, yeah.
Uh-huh.
The Zargana. Just saying. Well, I mean, if they were afraid that little girls out there wouldn't want to be the evil wizard player, I mean, I bet you the type of little girl who would want to be Zargon would find a way. Like there would be no
exactly.
issue, you know. And
100%.
And on the other hand, what's wrong with taking on a role that doesn't match who you look like? Like, I mean, I'm not a dwarf, but I could play one on TV.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a wizard.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, sometimes. No, just kidding.
Well,
yeah.
one of my players is they're all guys, but one of them wants to be the female halfling warlock. You know, fine, good, great, that'll be good fun.
Sure, why not? Yeah. I mean, I'm sure somebody out there has made a mod for Tomb Raider where you play as Lawrence Croft, you know, and that's fine.
Yeah.
He looks good in a tank top, you know, and shorts. Why not? Nothing against that. If you've got it, flaunt it. But I mean, yeah, a lot of people didn't have a problem. But
if you haven't, flaunt it anyway.
Yeah, but I get it though. When you're a certain age, you maybe want to be the girl in the group. It's like, sure. So as long as people understand when you're playing this game, it is a board game, but it's also a role playing game. I mean, when I was a kid, I played Candyland, and I'm like, yes, I am a living gingerbread man. That's fine. You know, I never had a problem. But you know, I might have wanted to be myself, I suppose. You know, you're trying to assert your identity, your individuality. You want to name a character after yourself. Sure, why not? You have that freedom within the limits of it. Well, the bard, we're not going to say anything about his flamboyant style, but you know, I know there's people who prefer to have a human bard. I'm partial to the orc pirate myself. You know, he can still have the dandy presentation.
Yeah, well, actually, my one of my other players was the first to select a character. Just said that he had a soft spot for orcs, and so he was going to be the orc bard. I was quite surprised by that. Usually, people pick the classic characters first, but no, he wants the bard. So we've got our party is going to have a bard, a warlock, an elf, and a dwarf.
Oh wow! And these are people in it for the long haul. This isn't just like a one-off thing. Is that right?
Long haul's maybe a little bit of a stretch just now. Certainly medium haul, shall we say, just now. I think we're looking at minimum between now and autumn.
Yeah.
So at least a few months, and we'll see how it goes. If I do a good job and if people enjoy it, then maybe it'll keep going.
Is this your first time doing a GM type of role with a serious game?
It is since I got back into the game. Yeah, but the last time I actually GM'd, I was a kid. You know, so I've not done this since I was a kid.
Well, I hope you enjoy the experience. I hope it's good. You definitely learn things as you go, and you learn things about your players too.
Yeah,
the dynamics of that group, whatever it's going to be. I definitely am with those, and I've done it myself, where when you just have a one-off situation, you know you're not going to be, okay, I'm going to be playing this game every week for the next 6 months. It's just like, oh, it's just one adventure. Yeah, I'll pick one of the characters I've never played as before, just for fun, you know, just for variety's sake. On the other hand, I could also see like, well, I don't know when I'll be playing this game again. I'll just go with something I know well, you know. So these were my modded versions of the pirate. Obviously, I didn't create the artwork,
Oh,
but
cool.
got sharpened blades, got the sleeping dart, and yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. And
So are they called are they called spells, or are they like skills?
I called them pirate skills.
Skills.
Yeah. And I kind of put it in a quasi, Long John Silver speak.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which I've heard was, I'm gonna sound like really terrible if I say this wrong, but wasn't it really just like an over-the-top Welsh accent? I'm trying to think. It was a certain type of European.
Like what do you mean the kind of archetypical pirate voice?
Yeah, the Long John Silver, our matey, that kind of thing.
I'm trying to place that accent actually. Yeah, no, it's not Welsh. It's more like I would have said it's more kind of south west coast of England, kind of like Devon, Cornwall, maybe as far in as Bristol, but no further. That kind of area.
Cornwall. Yeah.
I think.
I'll go back and edit that so I don't lose a ton of subscribers. It's like, how dare you?
Yeah, it's not Welsh is a bit different, I would say.
It's Christian Bale.
Although I'm sure Welsh people would tell me there's different dialects depending on whereabouts in Wales you are, because in Scotland it's the same. I mean, we've got different accents here in Glasgow compared to people up in the north. So, and then England's got very, very much distinct dialects all around. And I'm told that's not the same in places like Australia, where the accent is quite homogenous across the entire continent. It's funny.
So a lot of people attribute it, I'm just looking it up here, Robert Newton's performance in the movie Treasure Island. So that would have been from the 1940s. And it kind of...
So is it called yes. So is it a kind of Cornish accent? Is that what you call it?
Let's see. It's an exaggerated version of his native accent. So he was raised in Dorset, which is near Bristol. I don't know my European geography very well, so let's see.
Okay, yeah, Bristol is kind of on the intersection of like South Wales and Devon, which is down that end of England, down the southwest of England. So yeah, that we're not far off.
Okay. Yeah, they don't.
But definitely not a Welsh accent, though.
Not Welsh. Okay. My apologies.
A Welsh accent is more like this. This is kind of Welsh.
Nice. Yeah, I was thinking it's probably very annoying to hear people, trying to do an accent from where you're from, and it's like, wow, it's really got it really wrong. I remember when I watched Shin Godzilla, there was supposed to be, it was an all Japanese cast, but there was supposed to be an American, like she was Japanese, but she grew up in America, and so she had like an American accent, but it was really, really terrible. And so actually the dubbed version of the movie, like, it's much better because there's an actual American speaker speaking English for her. So, yep. Yar. Okay, let's see. Glasgow. Yeah, sorry to make you wait here. Couple of comments here. Ribby says we battle it out in the dungeon. Rip. Geek on Giddy says, are you looking for any more local players? Remember when Facebook allowed you to display in pirate language? Wurzel, Gummidge, farmers, are land pirates. Yar. Okay, well now that I've insulted a huge number of my viewers, All right, we're back to it. Come on, we need some heroes here. Okay, Glasgow, I'm gonna just let you take control of some of these other characters if you wish. We've got the barbarian, we've got the dwarf, wizard, bard. What's your thought? And you can plunder their money. I'm not sure if we're gonna get anybody else at this time. Oh, he's BRB. Okay. Yeah, so if you're listening live, HeroQuest fans, we've got openings for heroes. Okay, Rob Champs is listening at work. Got a couple hours till I'm done, unfortunately. For the app. Ruby says, what? You don't like discount Mark Hamill Joker? Well, the abomination has died. Yes. He's okay in small doses, but I'd rather be watching Batman the Animated Series, I think. At that point. You outdo yourself. Well, I don't know. Sometimes the mood strikes me, and sometimes I just can't do the voice to save my life, and other times it just kind of pours out of me. I'm sure there's other people who can do better impressions individually, but yeah. I mean, I got all kinds of time today, so. Do we have any more heroes out there? I mean, we might just get started, and then as people join, they join. I mean, do people know that we're here? If the other guy in my office leaves early, I'll join. It's great. Yeah. His name is John Cena. I must have lowered the volume on that thing so much that you can't hear it. Let me see if I can fix that as long as we're talking here. Check the requests queue here. His name is John Cena, but what's the volume? There's no volume. Interesting. Unless it's in sound alerts. Let me try that. Sometimes I forget all about sound alerts.
Hey, sorry about that.
All right. I think you might have to take control of some other heroes if you don't want to get yourself perished too quickly. And we'll just see if other people join. What do you think?
Yeah, it's quite surprising that no one else is here by now. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to take control of whatever, but don't like treading anyone's toes.
Yeah. Well, once word gets around that you've tread on their toes, maybe they'll show up. See? It works out. Geekon Getty says, Ribby, just spook your colleague by going full tilt, doing your job as a forthrightly enraged barb. Frothingly. Well, what do you think? You want to go it alone then?
Yeah, let's go for it then. Let's
All right.
Let's go ahead and take the usual crew then.
Okay. All right, usual crew. So we've got the barbarian. We've got the dwarf. And are we taking the wizard too? He hasn't been with us in a while. Or is 3 good enough for now?
Well, this is the final quest.
I mean, if
I wouldn't.
somebody joins mid quest, I'll let them come up from the stairs. I mean, I'm not gonna cut that
Okay.
off.
Okay. So let's go for our usual 3. And if we can maybe buy some mercenaries then.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you were saying earlier you wanted to hire the ogre and one of each of the others.
Yes, I think that would be quite a good idea. And I think I think Jacer's going to have to pay for it. The dwarf is probably the guy who's going to be paying for this. Although I think Bohemius's barbarian can afford it too.
Okay. Let me just check and see if anybody has a potion of charm. Oh, you know, the dwarf has the bone wand. That allows him to take control of all the skeletons in the room, just once per quest.
Oh yes,
for 1 turn.
Yeah. Well, that's the other slightly annoying thing, is that I'm going to be pestering you for what everyone has because I've only wrote down the elf's character sheet.
It's like you have the thing that you need at this very moment. Right. Give your elf a split personality that can shapeshift like the villain in Split movie. Yep. In the sun is where we will find ourselves. Yep.
Yeah, that's a creepy movie, that one.
Yeah, James McAvoy.
That was well done.
Did a great job.
Yeah.
Okay. So that'd be 450 gold. You want to just preemptively subtract it from the dwarf's coffers here. We're just gonna tax him a little.
Yep. Let's do it. He's the rich guy of the group.
Yep. Okay, so he'd be down to 1700. I can just hear him now. How did I get down to 1700? Well,
my heart bleeds.
Don't look at me. Okay. Alrighty then. So we've got Shrek the Ogre.
Ready to serve, my lord.
Ah. Bonus mercenary for anyone. Alright, who's your bonus going to be?
Bonus mercenary. Yeah, could we maybe take another swordsman?
Okay. Let's get some Ribby's Remarkable Rims here. I'll give this swordsman a red indicator there. I can barely hear Cena. Yeah, he's at 90% volume. I don't get it. Blame sound alerts for that. I don't know. And his name is John Cena. I'll just have to do it myself with my own voice every time. Okay, Glasgow, the floor is yours. Oh yeah. For the barbarian, Berserker Fury, alertness, and footwork. For the dwarf, luck and feint. Actually, why don't I just run down what everybody has? Do you mind?
Sure.
Okay. Alright, so the barbarian, once again, skills. He's going to have Berserker Fury, Alertness, and Footwork. He has 10 body points because he has the Amulet of the North artifact. He has 3 mind points for the same reason. Okay, and he has 475 gold. He carries with him Wolf's Bane potion, as well as Superior Restoration, Fire Resistance, 2 potions of Antidote, Magic Resistance against damage, he has 2 of those, and 1 Magic Resistance against all potion. Alright, weapon-wise, of course, he carries the Great Sword, who is known by many names. Wendy, Lucille, Molly the Murderess, Stabby McStab. Also, he has a crossbow, a whip, toolkit, a buckler, which he is not wearing, a warhammer. He has the Elven Chainmail, a helmet, and the Cold Iron Plate, which he's not wearing at the moment. Weapon-wise, I assume you're going to equip him with the Great Sword.
Yes, please. Great sword.
Alright. So that's the barbarian. And on to the dwarf.
So that means he's defending with 5?
Yes.
No, 4? 5.
Yep. And when he attacks with the Great Sword, it's 3 black and 1 white.
3 black, 1 white. Yeah, great.
Yep.
Okay.
I also should mention something which will be of great relief to people who missed out on these. These dice that I got at Gen Con, these exclusives, they were just seconds. They actually have developed cracks on the inside of them. See, so there's flaws. So anybody that didn't get them, well, they weren't of the same quality as the dice that you find in the other sets. And again, they gave these away for free because they screwed up at the factory. So anyway, see, you can see the little crack on the inside. I bet you if I threw these really hard on some concrete, I could shatter them. But as
I'm actually just waiting on one more set of dice coming through because someone pointed out.
Go ahead.
No, it's you know how on Etsy they've got someone's done these dice but in all sorts of other colours.
Yep.
So I've ordered one set because we've got white, which I'll use as Zargon. We've got green, orange, and blue from 3 of the expansions.
Well,
but we kind of need a 4th.
I just caution you, they might end up like these. Is what I'm saying. So baby them probably. Yeah, I've seen the ones you're talking about, and they do look cool. The fact that they're inscribed, they're not just painted. Okay, so we've got 2 bonus potions. Geek Getty says, I grant Glasgow Gargoyle a one-off rat familiar that can be used to alert heroes to how many monsters are in a closed room with strikes of its tail. That's really cute. I would say that'd probably be an uncommon feat later on, if needed. Okay.
Thank you very much. What was it again?
Well, 2 bonus potions. We're gonna draw those here. The thing about the rat was kind of an interesting idea. They would tell you like how many monsters are in the room. Okay, Potion of Alchemy, Potion of Rejuvenation. So a 1d6 healing and an alchemy potion. So who should get those? I guess the elf gets them.
So 1d6 healing to the barbarian.
The barbarian, okay.
And potion alchemy, I'll take that. Elf.
All right. So now you have 2.
So I've now got 2 potions of alchemy.
Right. Oh yeah, because the barbarian was running low. Okay, so now everybody's got at least 2. Sea rat entry. Oh yeah, uncommon feat. Okay. Thanks, Wardicon. Thanks, Geekon Giddy. Yeah, hold on. Let me go grab something. I'll be right back. Alright, happy? Are we happy? Alright, are we
So
still talking about
is
gear?
this rat thing like a single use thing?
Let's see what he said here. One-off rat familiar that can be used to alert heroes to how many monsters are in a closed room with strikes of its tail. Yeah, it looks like one time.
Okay, right, nice one. Thank you. Thank you, Geek Gone Giddy.
Alright, 1 second. The dwarf. We still got to go over his stuff. Okay, so the dwarf, he has 1,700 gold coins. He has a potion of speed, 2 Wolfsbane potions, magic resistance against all. That is, he has 2 of those. He has 2 1d6 healing potions, fire resistance, 2 potions of antidote, airwalk, potion of strength, potion of icy strength, which works for him, not just the barbarian. He also has the artifact known as the Bone Wand, which is a single use per quest. He has 2 skill cards, Feint and Luck. He has 7 body points, 3 mind points. And for weapons and armor, he has the Battle Axe, which would be 3 white and 1 black. Crossbow, Tower Shield, which restricts his movement to 1d6 if he's carrying it. Helmet, Elven Chainmail, Halberd, that's 3 dice diagonal. Longsword. Alright, what would you like to equip him with at the start here?
Let's equip the dwarf with the battle axe.
Okay, so he's not carrying the Tower Shield at the moment. It's just stowed, I guess. Okay, so I have 4.
And so
Yeah.
he's defending with 5 as well.
6, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Yep. But if you...
Would you mind telling me what Faint does as a skill?
Yes, it causes him to lose consciousness. No, I'm kidding. No, it's not that kind of feint. So a sudden unexpected move puts you at an advantage. You may re-roll one set of dice, either attack, defense, or movement. So it's a re-roll of whatever. And luck is just to cancel one of my cards. Hey, Sandswift. Too bad there isn't an uncommon feat villain. I would add an evil house cat to catch the rat. Yes, and then you need the dog to catch the cat. It's just an arms race. And then the goat to defeat the dog. And then, of course, the goat herder. And on and on. That's how you keep games interesting. I like your suggestion. I'll put that into the idea box of evil ideas. Evil ideas. Okay. At long last, it's almost 3 o'clock here, but we are getting started. Glasgow Gargoyle, the floor is yours.
Okay, we'll start off with the elf searching the room for traps.
Wait, just 1 minute here. I forgot to tell you, as the lights come on, you see you are surrounded by monsters. Yes, that's right. The rat was trying to get your attention, but it didn't help. You weren't paying attention. You were too busy counting your gold, looking at all your weapons, you know. So we got all these skeletons in here. We've got a Chaos Warrior right there. Another skeleton, and a Famir right there. So, sorry / not sorry.
Monsters in the stairwell room.
Yep.
It's
a dirty trick.
That's just not cricket.
No, it isn't.
Okay. In that case...
Let's get the combat music going. Right.
Okay, in that case, the elf is going to... From where he is, he'll attack the Chaos Warrior with the longsword.
All right. Walken is used ultimately to eat the bounty of the unfamiliars that have engulfed the dungeon. It's the arms race. All right, 2 skulls right off the bat. Right off the cricket bat. Two hits. Not bad. He must have had the element of surprise.
Okay, the elf will just stay put, and we're moving on to the dwarf.
I'm actually kind of surprised you didn't do something else, but it's your character. All right.
Oh, sorry, mercenaries. Oh yeah, I've got to move the mercenaries after each respective hero. Is that right?
Well, I just had them be in the under the control of the elf, but I mean, I guess. Yeah, let's just do it that way.
Okay, the other thing I was thinking about, but I wasn't sure I was allowed to do this, was can the elf go down the stairs and let someone take his place, or does that mean he's left the quest?
That means he's left the quest.
Okay.
I mean, I guess that's,
yeah, okay,
that's an
I'm just
interesting situational kind of thing, but no, I wouldn't just let you swap out. You know, like he gets 2 damaged, he leaves, he goes back to town. The monk comes up, he gets beat up, he goes back to town. You know, the druid comes up. That'd be an interesting way to play.
Okay, fair enough.
But...
Okay, let's have the dwarf stand between the elf and the Famir. No, sorry, I'm talking nonsense because I keep forgetting that I need to move mercenaries.
Yes. It's a little bit extra work.
So the mercenary associated with the elf is the ogre, and also the other mercenaries, they all belong to the dwarf.
Well, I mean, I gave him the colors of the elf, but I guess I'm not too particular at this stage because you're controlling everybody. However you want to do it. Oh, Ruby says Dune 2 is available on Prime Video on Monday. Yeah, I'm not going to be buying it. I've seen it twice already. But good to know. I'm always about the physical media.
Okay,
Get it on Laserdisc.
Let's move the ogre mercenary up to the corner of the room north of the Fimir. Okay, and he will take a shot at the Fimir.
Shrek is hate. Shrek is death. Oh, I didn't even check to see if these guys were elites. I probably should do that. Alright, we'll start with the skeletons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should probably reverse the last two. Okay, we'll say the Fimir is an elite. And the last skeleton as well. Okay, so you attacked the Fimir and got 2 skulls, is that right?
Yes.
Alright. Let's do 3 blue. Got him. But as he goes down, a hideous mummy arises. That's from earlier.
Okay, right. So a mummy has appeared on the scene as well. Let's. Okay. Yeah, I just don't want to cheat here. I mean, I'd like to move some mercenaries, but I'm not sure who I can move. So did you say that you've got the mercenaries right now attached to the elf, or it's okay if I'm kind of flexible about it?
Yeah, it's okay if you're flexible about it for now. So you've got 2 swordsmen,
okay, so
a scout, and crossbowman. Oh, and a halberdier.
We also have a halberdier.
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring the halberdier in, and he'll stand between the dwarf and the ogre.
All right.
All right, and he will attack the mummy.
Yep.
Three attack?
Yes. Okay, 1 skull. Ka-ching! No damage. The Yeti!
Okay, the dwarf's going to move in to the square south of the barbarian. And he will attack the elite skeleton with the battle axe. So that's 3 white, 1 black.
There, check it out. You can carry the The rat perched on the shoulder of the elf. Okay. 2
2
skull.
hits.
Got him. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Okay, let's now have the barbarian stand between the elf and the mummy. And he'll attack the Chaos Sorcerer, the Chaos Warrior, excuse me, with the Great Sword. And that's 3 black, 1 white.
Four skulls.
Yes, 4.
Ching, 2 hits. Got him. Down goes the Chaos Warrior. Got him.
Alright, can we bring in one of our swordsmen?
Ooh, healing potion for the
And
barbarian. Nice.
healing potion for the barbarian. Excellent.
1d6. Thanks, Libach66. I'm sorry, Glasgow, what were you saying?
At the moment, I've got 1 superior restoration and 1 antidote. No, 2 antidote. So the 3 potions of healing that the barbarian has next to his name refer to the potion superior restoration,
And the 2
the 1d6 healing.
Yeah. He just got another 1d6, so he's got 2, so 3 total.
Oh, the 2 1d6 healing, right? Okay, sorry, I hadn't noted that. Okay.
Yeah, coming in fast.
Okay, so one of the students is going to come in, and he is going to stand diagonally southwest of the dwarf, between those 2 skeletons.
All right, who's coming in?
One of the swordsmen.
All right. There?
Let's put him 1 more square west. Actually, no. Can we just scratch that idea completely? I've got different ideas for this swordsman, if that's okay. Can I forgo his turn at the moment, and can I instead bring in one of my crossbowmen, and we'll have him standing south of the dwarf? Yeah, that's much better. And let's do a shot at the skeleton along the wall.
All right. Fire. Thank you for the upgrade there. Missed.
Terrible.
Okay.
Okay. It was a good try. So that swordsman will do what I was going to do before, so we'll stand him in between those 2 skeletons. And he will attack the skeleton to the west. Swordsman attack with 4, is that right?
Yeah, I'm going to upgrade him to a skeletal swordsman.
Wrestling move.
Oh, man. Okay. All right, let's see. First, let's see what if his defense was anything. All right. What's your wrestling move going to be?
Let's hit him with a Ghetto Blaster.
Ghetto Blaster. I'm going to have to look up what that one was. It's been too long.
Oh, that's Bad News Brown.
Bad News Brown. It's like the referee has to review the tape. Oh yeah, it's kind of like a Pele, but from the side. Like a step up. That's cool. Yeah, I remember doing that move in the video games. I just forgot what it was called. Okay. All right, so this is the swordsman.
Yep.
Got him.
And that skeleton is now dust.
Yep.
Okay. Can we now have the other swordsman come in? And he'll travel round in a U shape and stand immediately south of the barbarian.
Okay.
And we'll attack the skeleton to his west.
All right, the one by the door.
Yep. Two hits.
Yeah, he's toast. Toasty.
And I still have a scout.
Yes.
But am I going to use my scout? Yeah, okay, let's give this a shot. So let's bring the scout in and we'll stand the scout south of the mummy. And we'll hack the mummy with the short sword.
Yep. Two
hits.
Nice. Got him. One shot at the mummy.
Okay, I think everyone's had their turn. I'll do a register first, and then if I'm sure everyone's here, then I'll pass on to Zargon.
All right, so my turn?
Yes.
Oh, man. I wish that skeleton could do like a spinning attack. Let's see if I can do it. A villainous feat here. That'd be pretty awesome. Okay, with the skull. Yes, it is. Okay. It's going to take a swing and try to hit everybody around him. Well, everybody adjacent, I should say. One skull. Okay, so we've got... Okay, so the two swordsmen need to defend. So does the dwarf, and so does the elf.
Swordsman defend with 5?
Yes.
So, swordsman number 1.
Ching, no damage. Okay, swordsman number 2, in green. Ching, okay, one wrestling move. Now the dwarf.
Okay, no wrestling move.
Well, I was thinking let's see what the other outcomes are. I'm sort of
I see, okay.
Tag team.
Okay, so dwarf defends with 5.
Yes.
He takes a hit.
Oop. Down to 6.
And elf defends with, I want to say, 6 just now.
Because your shield is equipped, so yes. Ding. Okay, so 1 wrestling move.
Okay, so the swordsman with the wrestling move, he's going to do Coco Beware's Ghostbuster.
Nice. I remember Coco Beware, but I don't remember the move, so let's see.
Oh, this move is brutal. This move should have been banned, by the way.
I kind of remember that too, actually.
This is like a totally someone's going to die one day move.
Oh, it's like a brain buster.
It's like a pile driver, but it's from a great height.
Upside down, yeah. He just drops them on top of their head. Bird buster.
Yeah.
Or buster. Yep. Yeah. Okay. All right. So. Bam! Right on the skull. Got him.
Okay, awesome.
Well, so much for my turn. Okay. Glasgow, back to you.
Okay, now, because this is a double quest, it's like, the way it works is there is no sort of distinction between the two. They kind of, they're both rolled into one big quest, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's going to take us like a month to get through it, unless you guys get really lucky.
Okay, well, I think the elf is just going to start by taking his potion of vision.
Oh, yes. So potion of vision is now active. So he'll be able to see traps and secret doors within his line of sight. Ordinary ones, not ones that are undetectable. Another bonus treasure search. So now you got 2 of those. Okay, so let's see if you see anything. At this moment, you don't see any traps or secret doors.
Okay, let's have the elf head down to the door and open it.
Alright, and you're going to tell me if he's going to be using the rat or not.
Okay.
Okay, so he's opening the door?
Yes.
Alright. The door opens, revealing the room. All right, inside the room you see a weapons rack, as well as a bunch of monsters. So we've got a Chaos Warrior here, Chaos Warrior here, Chaos Warrior here, Chaos Warrior here. And an upgrade. Haggis the rat eyes up the elf ear with ravenous intent. Funny. Okay, let's see. Was there anything else in the room? And a Famir. Apparently commanding the Chaos Warriors. Kind of unusual. Alright.
Alright, I don't see any doors or traps or secret doors.
Well, let's see. What do your elf eyes see? So he's looking... Oh, no, he can see a secret door behind. You can tell that there's the outline of a secret door behind the Famir. As much as he was trying to cover it up, you can see it.
I guess I better now roll for movement for this elf because he now can see monsters.
All right, the Famir lights up with flames, as if he's got magical power. Chaos magic.
Well, sadly, I rolled a 3. Sadly, I rolled a 3, which means that I've already moved 4 squares. So I guess I just don't move any further.
Yeah, you're using the Space Crusade rules. I would let you move those 3 squares if you'd like.
All right. Okay. Great. Also, before I do that, can I just check on the movement for my ogre? Is he a 6?
He's actually an 8.
He's an 8. Oh, awesome. Right. Okay. He's 8. Great.
He thinks of himself as a 10, but I mean, no one's had the heart to actually tell him.
Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, Stream Scribe.
All right. So let's have the elf move into the room, and we'll immediately go to the right and attack the Chaos Warrior against the east wall.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we're just attacking with the longsword just now.
Keeping him standing up is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Oh, got to roll for elites here. 1 second here. What was that? Did you already roll?
I got 2 skulls.
4. Okay, starting from the left to the right. Okay, yeah, that one's an elite. Let's roll for the Famir. Okay, yeah, he's just normal. Okay. All right, so defense. You got 2 skulls. Cha-ching, no damage.
Okay, let's bring the ogre in. He'll move into the room and he'll stand between the 2 Chaos Warriors just at the weapons rack.
Wait, which character?
The ogre mercenary.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And he'll attack the same Chaos Warrior, the elite.
Stream Scribe says, use the broadsword. Ha! Got him. One skull and a wrestling move. Ah. Alright, what's it going to be?
Okay, we're going to do a power slam.
Power slam. Commercial kills me every time. Haggis, they're at now. Scales the elf's soft, long hair to sit atop. Grabs a tuft of hair with each paw and assumes the remote control akin to Ratatouille. That's funny. Okay. All right, so he grabs the Chaos Warrior, power slams him into the weapons rack. Weapons go flying everywhere. Smashed. Broken. He gets to his feet. He kicked out. Yeah, the Hero Quest commercial was awesome. Commercials, I should say. I heard broadsword. You guys heard broadsword.
All right. Can we move the crossbowman next. We'll move him 2 squares to the west, and he'll take a shot at the Chaos Warrior directly ahead.
All right.
Two skulls.
Too bad he wasn't a hero. Two hits.
Okay, I'm going to roll for Dwarf's movement.
Six.
Okay, yeah, let's go one south and as far west as we can into that Chaos Warrior. What on earth is that? There's a big abomination in the room. Is that the elite Femir? What's happened?
Yeah, he gained magical powers. That was an upgrade.
Holy smokes. Okay, so yeah,
The dwarf.
the dwarf is coming in. He's coming in hot, and he is going to attack the Chaos Warrior that just got arrowed with his battle axe. Let's do this.
And my
2
axe.
hits.
Dwarf in his most savage, thick Scots accent strikes and shouts out, "Beltar!" with drunken rage. Two skulls. Ching, and a hit. Got him. I'm trying to think of what the war cry was. There was this war cry in Lord of the Rings War in the North. Like, each of the characters had it, and the dwarf had one that was really cool. I just can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that, actually. Is that a game?
Yeah, a video game. It was on the Xbox, PlayStation, or Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one, I'm afraid.
Oh, it was.
The guy I liked Billy Connolly as Dane in the Hobbit film.
Dane.
Dane
Rakazad!
Iron.
Kazad Alheidu! That's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah, he was cool in that film.
Yeah. There's a Reaper Miniatures figure called Dane Deepaxe. I think he's in my unpainted pile.
Cool. Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's roll for the Barbarians movement.
Okay. A notorious skipper of leg day. Let's see how he does. And follows up with the Billy Connolly Yaoi Dancer.
Yeah, we dancer. Okay, yeah. So the Barbarian's going to go all the way in, and we'll charge ahead, and we'll go to the west of the dwarf.
All right, so right next to the ogre.
No, let's go instead to the west of the dwarf and stand in front of the abomination. And let's attack the abomination with the great sword. 3 hits.
Wow. Got him. He bursts into flame. Got him. Toasty.
Okay, let's just have the swordsman. Yeah, the swordsman with the green base. Can we bring him into the room and just have him standing behind the dwarf? And we'll just huddle the others around the door. We won't bring them into the room. The other mercenaries.
Okay, how do you want them arranged? We got scout on top, crossbowman to the right, swordsman in the middle, halberdier way off to the.
Let's just leave everyone where they are except the halberdier. We'll bring the halberdier in front of the door.
Okay.
And again, we'll do a class list. Just check everyone's here, and then we'll pass on to Zargon.
Finish him, her, they. Yep. Yeah, I remember in Mortal Kombat on the Genesis, it said finish her in the text, but it said finish him in the voice file until fans fixed it. Okay. So when you say that, you're just inventorying everybody to make sure you know what you've done, or you're just asking me to make sure that you actually moved everybody?
Oh no, it's just I'm just being silly. There's so many of us that I feel I need to do a head count.
Yeah, it's like you're playing a war game. You got to count all your dice. Oh, dropped about half of them on the floor. Got to pick them up. The results were different. Oh, okay. Yeah, don't cheat at war games. Could lead to real war. Just kidding. Okay, my turn. Yes, it's my turn. Okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right, I'm gonna have the elite chaos warrior attack the ogre. 3 skulls. All right, your defense is 4. Ching. So 3 hits.
Two hits.
Oh, you blocked one of them. Yeah, 2 hits. Sorry.
I forget. My ogre warrior has 4 body points.
4 body
My
points.
ogre mercenary.
Yep.
So he's down 2.
Yep. Okay. The other chaos warrior is gonna try to finish him. 3 skulls. You got 4 defense. Ah, Sandswift just cashed in a potion. Okay, you deflected everything and got a wrestling move. Oh, he bought you a potion. He doesn't want Shrek to die. Doesn't want Shrek to die.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet. My ogre mercenary doesn't want to die.
Ah, but it's a potion of magical aptitude. I guess that goes to the elf. I mean, we could just draw another one. Hey, why not? I'm feeling generous. Okay, we'll draw another one since he can't use that one. Wolfsbane potion. Well, The first one would have been more valuable. Okay, he's got Wolfsbane. Not what you wanted.
Okay, my wrestling move on this Chaos Warrior.
Yes.
We're just going to do an earthquake. You know, where he runs into one wall, then bounces off the other one, and then again, and then just jumps up and just plants his ass right on the Chaos Warrior's face. Chest. Yeah, chest.
Ah, see, he went right for it. Okay, now he's buying the more expensive but guaranteed healing potion. Okay, so 1d6 goes to the ogre.
Awesome.
Like Sand Swift. Sorry, wrong buy. It goes to Shrek. Okay, well, I can move that guy out of the way. Because move backfired, and then move the other Chaos Warrior to finish him off. Oh, you're using it already?
Oh, sorry, I thought I had to use it instantly, no?
No, you're right, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. Okay, so he got a 3, so yeah, he's back to full health. Yeah, we did establish that in the last quest. Good call. Okay. Yeah, so he drank the Wolfsbane potion as well. He looked in the mirror real quick, didn't see a werewolf, smiled to himself. Okay, so 3 skulls. Let's get your 4 defense, cha-ching, and then took 1 damage. The put upon ogre. Alright, looks like that's going to be it for me. Back to the heroes.
Okay, Elf will... Let's arm the Warhammer and attack the Chaos Warrior that we are currently in combat with.
Right. Puts the shield away. So 4 dice.
2 hits.
2 skulls. Two hits. Got him.
All right, and let's roll for movement. Okay, so we're just going to head down to the secret door, but we'll not open it yet. We'll just stand in front of the secret door. Okay, the Ogre Mercenary will attack the Chaos Warrior in front of him.
Four skulls.
Yes.
Fine hit. Ching, 3 hits. Haha. Got him.
And let's move the Ogre Mercenary into the corner of the room, so we'll take a step backwards diagonally to the northeast corner of the room.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is the ogre?
Yeah, the ogre. So we're just going to step one east, one north into the corner.
Or, oh, yeah, wrong direction. Geek Gun Giddy says, Zargon plants an alluring package that glows sunlight and emanates acquires, revealing the fabled Dreadvale dice. But it says on a hidden pit. Yeah, those would be the import taxes. Right?
Dreadvale dice, yeah. The Dreadvale dice, they're the bane of my life. Try to get the Dreadvale dice. They're always too expensive.
Oh man, so not available in the UK yet?
Still not available on HP UK, and eBay is just extortionate.
Yeah, it is. So you're relegated to buying knockoffs from Etsy. Don't blame you.
Yeah, so I don't even like the look of the Dreadvale very much. I mean, they're a little bit kind of difficult to read, but I still want them because they exist.
Collector through and through. I mean, they look awesome, but
Yeah.
yes, they are kind of hard to read at the table, like from across the table, unless you've got like nice Gen Con lights overhead. One suggestion was to repaint the images. Of course, being a collector, I don't know how you would take to that, but like maybe going over. My thought was get some of that chrome pen and just like go over the purple, so it's like, and then
that's a nice idea. Yeah,
give it a clear coat of. I'm trying to remember now. Liquitex high gloss clear varnish. That won't get rid of the mirror effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Paint the images with black light.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
But then you gotta play the game with the black light. And I've always wondered, would that like fade your board? It's probably not the case. You probably wouldn't be playing that long, but just be like playing outside in the sun.
Okay, can we bring the crossbowman into the room? We'll do a night move into the room, and we'll go just to the north of the swordsman. Yep, great. Okay, and let's take a shot at the Chaos Warrior.
In the sun we will find our passion. In the sun we will find our purpose.
2 skulls.
I read that in a supermarket greeting card. Okay. 2 skulls. Ching, and a hit.
Okay, and can we have the halberdier move in? He'll go to the north of the barbarian, and we'll stand diagonally away from the Chaos Warrior and attack him as well. One hit.
Okay. I just saw that Dungeon Master had an update on his YouTube, but I'll check it later. Okay, 1 skull. Ching! No damage. In the sun we'll find not because of a darn lunar eclipse. Revenge!
Okay, we're rolling dwarf movement, and he gets a 6. So let's bring him. Yeah, let's just put him to the north of the halberdier, and we'll attack the Chaos Warrior with a battle axe.
Oh, Ribby. I need those new bendy silicon-based rims. Remarkably.
Wrestling move, 1 hit.
Alright. Ching. Okay, what's your wrestling move?
Okay, I can't remember what you call this one, but I'm grabbing the Chaos Warrior by the helmet, and the dwarf is just going to drop himself to the ground, smash the Chaos Warrior's head into the dwarf's helmet, just get him right on the chin.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean too. I don't know what it's called. Got him.
Okay, let's do a bonus treasure search.
All right, which character's doing this? Dwarf?
Dwarf. Yeah.
And his name is John Cena. Euphemisms. Okay. Gold. You find a loose stone and tear it from the wall. Behind it, you discover a small leather pouch wrapped in an old rag. Peering inside, you find 25 gold coins.
Just what the dwarf needs, more money.
Yep. Yeah, you can replace all the money you spent, and he'll be like, huh, I didn't find any gold. Interesting.
Okay, so I was so by definition, the bonus treasure search always goes to the deck, regardless of whether it's actually treasure on the room.
Right.
Okay, so let's go to the barbarian, and he's going to do a search for treasure.
Do the regular search.
Yeah.
Okay. And there is still one bonus treasure search left. Just acknowledge that. Second here. Oh no, there's 3 bonus treasure searches. I'm sorry. How did we miss? How did we miss all that? Okay. Yep. So there's 3 left. All right. So the barbarian is doing a regular search. Uh-oh. Uncommon feat. And a second rat called Neeps, who can, for 1 attack, deliver a freezing bite to a monster for 1 play. A freezing bite. Okay. This is gonna get ridiculous. All right, we'll just say that there's a another rat that you can't see that's on the board. Okay.
Yeah, so one of these mercenaries is going to make themselves useful and is holding a cage with currently 2 rats inside.
Okay, let's say rats. 2. So one of the rats is named Haggis. The other one is named Neeps.
Can I just say I never say the words haggis or neeps except just there when I said them?
Shattering stereotypes every week on HeroQuest fans, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
Okay.
Monsters can't.
So yeah, barbarian. The barbarian's hoping there's something juicy on that weapons rack.
All right, let's see. So he's looking through the debris, the wreckage. He's finding a lot of like broken weapons, a lot of like smashed, ruined stuff. I mean, it wasn't a very good construction if just the mere fact that a monster was thrown at it would, cause that much damage. But amongst all the wreckage, he does find one thing of usefulness, and that is
It's not the elven bow already.
no, it's the brass key. Not the brass ring, mind
okay.
you. The brass key. Ladies, gents, and everyone
Brass key. Okay. And can we also move the barbarian just 1 north of the elf? That's great. And okay, let's bring the 2 mercenaries in the other room through. So we'll have the scout stand. Yeah, let's move him in, and we'll have him stand 2 squares to the east of the elf. and we'll bring the swordsman in and we'll have him standing behind the elf. Okay, and it's Sargon.
All right, drew another threat card. All right, back to the heroes. Sorry, I had to grab something there.
Okay, so
What's
the
your
elf will let's open the secret door with the elf.
All right, you open the secret door, revealing the room. Geek on Giddy says heroes rush in through next door and disturbs the monsters against the Ogre arena skirmish. That would be hilarious. Okay, got another. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that would be a good little intermission actually, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe we wait.
We shall see what we shall see. Okay, so the room opens, and inside there is a bookcase. Giant wolf. Another giant wolf. Some orcs. And I gotta just reach into my bag of tricks here. I'll be right. The one thing that was missing from the room that I had to find, you'll see in a moment. All right, there is a mirror in the room.
Ah, there's a mirror in the room.
Yep. Oh yes, there's should be an abomination in the room. I'll put him right here. Now the elf can see, yeah, he can see to the end of the room. All right, so in the mirror you can see the image of Melandriel, the elven princess.
Ah, our primary mission to save the princess, so I can see her.
Yep.
Right, awesome. Okay, and did you say there's an abomination in this room as well?
Yes. Geek on Giddy says the mirror reflects to the heroes a third baby rat called Antades. They repeat either feat of the other rats and comes with a health potion called the Iron Brew. Iron Brew. Man.
Iron Brew. Come on, get it right.
Iron Brew. What did I do with that? Oh, I just had another
I'm so suggestible. I now want a nice cold glass of Iron Brew.
Non-sponsored, of course. Let's see.
Yeah. How am I going to do this? Okay, let's step into the room with the elf. And we're going to cast Hypnotic Blaze.
Oh, yes. Hypnotic Blaze. All right. When the spell is cast, an illusion of a huge animated flame appears. Each figure in the room or corridor, except for the spellcaster, must roll 1 red die. The figure that rolls equal to or less than their mind points is unaffected by the illusion. Rolling a number greater than their mind points means the figure is paralyzed for 3 turns, unable to move, attack, or defend. So equal to or less than their mind points to resist it. That is a powerful spell. I should roll for the elites for the monsters. Oh, thank you, Polsky. Yeah, I gotta keep track of all those rats. Okay, so we've got the 3 orcs and the Famir. Okay, so the first orc is an elite, the others are just regular. I'll leave you there in peace now, guys. Thanks for the entertaining my left field COVID-soaked humor. Have a gentle quest. All right, thanks, Geeka and Giddy. I appreciate your participation there. It's always fun to see what people come up with.
Thanks for all the goodies, man.
Yeah. Okay, so we got to roll for each of their mind points. Well, the giant wolves only have 1. So that's pretty easy. So we'll do the first one. More, says Stream Scribe. Okay, so that's 5. So that first one is frozen. Second one. He's frozen. I'll say he's facing away. So the Hypnotic Blaze has got him. Okay, now the Famir. Let's see, mind points for the Famir are 3. It's equal to or less, so he's unaffected. Orcs, 2. Okay, so we'll go for the elite orc first. Okay, he's affected. Second orc below him, affected. Third orc, 2, unaffected. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and the Famir. Okay, he's affected.
No, the Famir was unaffected. I think you already rolled for the Famir and his mind was 3, so you got him
1, 2, 3, 4,
safe,
5,
I think.
6. Oh, 6. For some reason I added a monster. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for your honesty. All right, so that's the effect. So looks like all but 2 of the monsters are affected.
Okay, our ogre mercenary is just going to.
Potion.
Let's just bring him round the room and we'll stand him north of the barbarian. We'll just keep him in here just now. There's not much space in there for an ogre.
Okay, I'm sorry, we got a bonus potion here. You're probably not sorry. Poison, it's safe, so. Icy strength for the barbarian. Okay, and who was moving there again, Glasgow?
Okay, so icy strength, very welcome potion there. The ogre mercenary is going to come up and stand immediately to the north of the barbarian.
4. Okay.
Yep. Okay, and then right, we're going to let's roll for the dwarf's movement now. Nine. Okay, so the dwarf is going to come into the next room and stand north of the elf.
All right.
Okay, and he is attacking. Yeah, he's attacking the wolf, the giant wolf, with the battle axe. Two skulls.
2 hits.
Right, well, that wolf doesn't get to defend anyway, does it?
Oh, you're right. I was distracted. Okay, and it's the northern one, the northern wolf.
Yeah, the one that's the dwarf that's attacking. It's the wolf, Jason. Yeah.
You're right. 2 automatic hits. Yeah, it doesn't get to defend.
Okay. Next, can we have the barbarian? No, let's not move the barbarian yet. Let's move the halberdier 1 space to the north. And then can we move the scout 2 spaces west? Not the scout, sorry, the crossbowman instead. We'll have the crossbowman move 2 spaces to the west. And I believe he has line of sight on the giant wolf.
Yes, he does.
Okay, so he's going to take a shot. Three.
Excellent shot. That's 3 automatic hits.
Okay, and now we'll have the barbarian stand 1 square south, and he'll attack the giant wolf diagonally with the greatsword.
Okay, where is he moving to? In front of the elf?
just behind the elf. Just one square south.
Oh, I see. Two skulls. All right, got him.
Okay, let's bring our swordsman. We'll bring our swordsman with the green base. We'll bring him up to stand just to the north of the barbarian. Okay, I think I'll just leave everyone else where they are and pass to Zargon.
All right. It's quite the pile up, says Ruby. Yes, indeed. All right, the monsters can't do anything to free themselves, so the freed monsters are going to go ahead and attack. So let's say first the orc is going to attack the elf. Two skulls. Yeah, Hypnotic Blaze is a heck of a spell. Ching, and a hit. So the elf takes damage, he's at 7. Alright.
And does that mean I lose Potion of Vision?
Oh, yes it would. Yes, indeed. Okay, so that's gone.
That's unfortunate.
Alright, I'm going to move the orc down here. Move the Famir to attack the elf. One skull. Ching. No damage. Excellent. Thank you, Sandswift. Alright, it's still my turn though, right?
Yes.
Just looking at my options here. Okay, that's all I'm gonna do. No.
Okay, so the elf will attack the Fenrir with the Warhammer. Four skulls. Perfect attack. Okay, and the elf will step one space to the west and replace that Fenrir. Okay, let's bring the ogre mercenary into the room now. He's going to stand in the southeast corner of the room beside that orc, the active orc. Yeah, so he's just going to come down and stand in the southeast corner. That's the ogre mercenary. Yeah, that's it. And we'll attack the unhypnotized orc. Two hits.
Sorry, I just said what's next. I was muted. My bad. Go for it. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear everything now. Yeah, I thought it was maybe a problem at my end at first. Okay, so yeah, what now? Okay, so let's go for the halberdier next. Can we bring him in? And we'll stand him just to the east of the elf, in between on the secret door tile, and we'll attack the orc diagonally.
Okay. 2 skulls, got him.
Okay, let's now use the dwarf. The dwarf will attack the wolf again.
Right.
With the battle axe. I keep forgetting it's 1 black and 3 white.
Yes.
So I've been rolling 4 white continuously.
Well,
Do I need to write the word white? Can I just... Oh yeah, I need to say white when I'm combining it with other colour dice.
I think you might be able
So
to say 1 black, 3.
Ah, right.
To be implied.
Okay, I'll try that. So here, let's roll 1 black, space 3.
If not, we blame Ribby.
Yeah, it would make sense for that to work.
Oh, I was wrong. Ribby! Okay, so I guess
So let's see.
right. White.
So let's say 3 white, 1 black. Wow.
4 skulls. Amazing. Just get rid of the clutter. Okay. Yeah. 5. Got him.
Okay, let's have the dwarf move 2 spaces north.
Dwarf 2 spaces north.
And can we bring the swordsman with the green base, can we bring him into the room and just stand 1 square south of the dwarf?
Okay.
Okay, he'll attack the orc. One's enough. I think.
Yeah. 1 body point. Got him. Ugh.
Okay, and we'll bring the barbarian into the room now. We'll do a night move into the room. We'll stand him in front of the cupboard. And can the barbarian do a search for treasure?
Fire goes out. Alright, so he is searching the room for treasure. Okay, now this is going to be one of those questions. Which of the heroes has the moon silver? Do we remember?
I honestly don't remember. I assumed the elf, but I didn't write it down. Or at least I don't remember writing it down.
So I'm going to take just a quick... I mean, it doesn't... I mean, it could have changed hands. I mean, I know you guys didn't sell it for drinking money, so somebody has it. You're like, right? They're all looking over at the barbarian. He's like sweating profusely. Wah, wah, wah.
Oh yeah, the prospector. I wonder how he's doing.
Yep. Yeah, it actually was the barbarian. Okay, so my memory wasn't so faulty after all. Okay.
Yeah, the barbarian was carrying him around throughout the quest, but he had a very traumatic experience. We did have to invest in some therapy.
Yes, the PTSD. It's real. So yeah, so after
I hope he's doing all right. We'll need to look him up when we get out here.
Yeah, if you make it out of here. Yeah, so the barbarian was sweating profusely. He kind of like, when no one was looking, he kind of like snuck off, And then when he came back, he looks kind of like a little. His clothes are kind of like messed up a little bit. He looks a little shabbier, but he's got the moon silver flask, and it's kind of like beat up and like dirty and like bloodstained, but he's got it again. And he's like, "Yep, it's right here in my pocket. It was here all along.
Oh, it's
I never misplaced it."
disrespectful to elven goods.
He kind of like wipes it off with his sleeve there.
Oh, typical.
The elf is looking on disapprovingly, shakes his head sadly.
Yeah, even the dwarf is raising his eyebrows.
It's like, okay, we will never speak of this again. Okay.
The ogre's shaking his head slightly too.
Yep. Even he knows that that's uncalled for. Okay. All right. So so the heroes are in the room, and so who was the last to do something? Was it the barbarian?
Yeah, so the barbarian just did a regular treasure search.
Regular treasure search. Okay. So at long last. Is this a regular treasure search or a bonus treasure search?
Regular.
Okay. Like after all that, okay. Jewels. Find a small wooden box. It is plain and old, but within it is lined with velvet and contains 50 gold coins worth of jewels.
Ah, okay. I mean, I was kind of hoping there was something more interesting in the cupboard.
What could be more interesting than 50 gold coins, says the dwarf to himself. Okay, so the barbarian has 525 now.
Okay, so mercenaries. Let's just keep this motley crew together. So we'll bring the scout into the room. He'll stand behind the barbarian. Crossbowman will he'll come in and stand to the west of the ogre. And let's just move the red swordsman one square towards the room. And I think that's us for now.
All right. All right. Heroes. Back to you.
All right, let's move the elf up to the mirror.
All right. He sees the image of the 5-year-old princess Melandriel of the Elven Kingdom, and she looks scared. She looks like she's looking past you. She can't. Doesn't seem like she can see you.
Ah, okay. So she's kind of there, but not really there. Now, is the elf not supposed to rub the oil of Yuli on the mirror?
Well, does he have the flask? But the barbarian has it.
Oh yeah, yes. So he took it off of Muggins, the barbarian, and he's going to do his thing.
All right. So he reaches out with it. All right. The image of Melandriel starts to increase in size, and her features kind of start to get distorted. Like these horns pop out of her head, her shoulders get really broad suddenly, her skin changes to a metallic cover, and there's a Chaos Warrior image standing there in the mirror. He's like, ha 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 ha, and he does the like come here gesture, and then he disappears, and the mirror goes dark. But it looks like as you smear the chemical onto the surface.
I lost your audio just as we were putting the chemical onto the mirror.
Okay. So you don't recall what happened?
I recall the Chaos Warrior. I recall the sinister laughter of the Chaos Warrior, but nothing after that.
Okay, so now the surface of the mirror appears to be clear but dark, and it's taken on kind of a liquid property, crackles with some energy. Kind of makes me think of the movie Stargate if it existed in this universe. So you're thinking we can travel through it, but it might be a one-way trip.
This mirror's a portal, but is it a one-way portal? But there's nowhere else to go because we've seen all 3 rooms so far, and the elf had the potion of vision, so there don't appear to be any other secret doors. So I think we're going to have to go through here.
All right.
Anyway, that's probably where Melandriel is. So okay, so far we've moved 3 of our 12. So I think the elf is just going to plough on and lead the way. So let's go through the portal.
Okay. All right. You put your hand in, and the silver kind of like comes off on your fingers, and it's like interesting. So you like stretch your finger, but it stretches and it goes back in, and the silver starts to kind of like cover the rest of your arm. It's like creeping up. You're like, it's cold. It's cold. It's like, oh, you're like, okay, I gotta go in. So you leap in and find yourself inside the realm of reflection. All right. Looks like you brought the rats with you. Okay, so the mirror kind of like bubbles and goes like bloop, goes kind of back to its state, but it still appears to be kind of liquid.
So the elf is out of play just now.
Yep.
Okay. Right. Let's bring the ogre mercenary, his trusty companion, to follow behind. So he's going to go straight through as well. If he can fit, he's going to try and fit through the mirror.
All right. His large belly like touches the mirror and starts to get silvery, and he tries to like grab it and like eat it, but his hand gets stuck in the silver and it starts getting covered, and he's like and so then he dips his head in it, and that gets all, and then he finally just like impossibly is like sucked through. You think you hear a belch, but you can't be sure if it was him or something else. He's in the realm of reflection.
Okay, the dwarf is going to do a bonus treasure search.
All right. Jewels. Find a small wooden box. It is simple looking and very old. Within you discover it is lined with velvet and contains very small jewels worth 50 gold coins. Seems familiar.
Wonderful.
As he puts it into his bag, he's like, I swear there was more coins here before. Oh well.
Okay, the dwarf is going to head through the mirror as well.
All right. He just hops right in. Just like a single hop, he just goes completely in, just completely clean. Just and he is in the realm of reflection.
Okay, barbarian, bonus treasure search.
Bonus treasure search. Hazard, but it's a bonus, so it's safe. We'll just ignore that. Another hazard. Well, once again, we ignore it. Gold! Amid old rags, tattered fur robes, and soiled blankets, you find a collection of 15 gold coins.
Better than a kick in the teeth. Alright, so Barbarian is now going to head through the mirror.
Alright. He stands up to the mirror. He puts his hand in, flexes his other arm, and then he just powers through. He's in the realm of reflection.
Okay, assuming that all my mercenaries have got sufficient movement, they're just going to one by one try to head through the portal as well.
Okay, swordsman goes in. Bloop. Scout, 1, 2, 3. Bloop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bloop. It's crossbowman. Halberdier, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bloop. Swordsman, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He stands staring at the mirror. Okay, Zargon's turn. All right, heroes.
Okay, let's head through. Swordsman.
All right. He sheaths his sword. He reaches his hand in, and you see like his hand reaching through the other side, and he kind of pulls it back out again. His hand seems fine. He puts both of his hands in at the same time, and it's just this look of wonder in his eyes as he like slowly walks in. Then you see kind of like a first-person view, and it looks like all these vortexes going through. Like you see stars, you see all just kinds of crazy stuff, lights, and then a bright light, and then blackness. Is this a good place to stop, or do you want to keep on going for a little while here?
Yeah, I mean, I've got maybe another 10 minutes or so, but honestly, I think given that we're in a double quest, we've gone through a portal, maybe it is a good place to stop.
Yeah. So at this point, I would just be resetting the board. I'll show you where you'll be coming out. Let's see here.
Okay.
Okay, so there is a room. Okay, there's a portcullis door, stone wall, another stone wall. The other mirror. It's going to be crowded as well.
Yeah.
Very crowded. There, that should do it. Okay. There you are. You find yourself on the other side. The portcullis gate, stone walls. Okay. All right. Well, we'll pick it up next time.
Can I just ask where the portal is? It's as if it's coming out of the central room. There's a mercenary to the north of it. Is there a door there leading into that room as well?
I'm just gonna say for the moment this is just a bigger room, like that it's all a room.
I see. Okay. Got it. Right. Okay. Cool.
And this doesn't exist. There. Okay. All right. So next
And that's
time,
that's a stone door.
portcullis.
Portcullis. Okay. Cool.
All right. Well, thanks for playing. Yeah, we were missing our usual group, but that's okay. We had lots of participation in the chat. That was fun. Thanks for joining us in HeroQuest
Yeah.
Finn.
Yeah.
We can see
Yeah.
you.
Thanks for the game.
Always a pleasure.
Cheers, man. Take care.
Yeah, man. We can see who's out there to raid tonight. Looks like we got some next level painting. That sounds about right. All right, cheers.